Welcome to the Raise Your Energy podcast. My name is Linda Lange and I'm your host and energy expert. I want to talk to you today about a very important topic that you might have never really thought about. How does change look and feel like? If you want to go through a major change in your life to fulfill this big dream, are you prepared what's going to happen when you are actually changing? If not, don't worry. I will get you prepared right now. So let's get started. Do you have maybe an idea or a picture in your head of how changing can feel or look like? I bet for sure that you have a dream or a goal in your mind that you would like to have happen in this lifetime. So the path to making that dream happen, can you imagine how it feels like? Not the end result, but that path towards that end result. And it's fair enough if you might have never thought about this. That's perfectly normal because it's the end result that we're striving for and not that process that will get us there. And of course, common manifestation rules actually tell us that it's not even any of our business how we're getting to the end result. That does not mean that we still all go through it in the end. To end up at our dreams, we all have to go through that process of change. And certain things inside of us and outside of us have to change to make that dream come true. Makes sense, right? If you could have your dream without changing anything, you would already have it. Everything and everyone in your life would already be in perfect formation for your dream to be a reality. And if that's right now not the case yet, it means that there is still something that needs changing. And generally, that's already a huge hurdle for lots of people that they can't overcome. They want their dream to come true, but they don't want to change for it. Well, it doesn't work. But that's not what I'm going to discuss with you in this episode. We go one step further, and I will just assume now that you are willing to change and you are willing to accept that you yourself, things, circumstances, and people in your life have to change to make your dream come true. So now that we set the scene for change, I'm coming back to the question: how does change actually look and feel like? And why am I even asking this question? Why do I want to talk about it? First of all, change looks different every time and for everyone. Let's be clear on that. Each one of us is so unique that the changes that need to happen to get to a result will be unique too. Even if dreams or goals are similar between certain people, the process of change towards that dream will look different for each of them. The trouble with not knowing how change can look or feel like is that it can actually stop you from changing. By being in the change process and not knowing that that's what's actually happening, you might revert back to your old self and potentially even give up. It's the number one reason why people don't change to make their dream come true. It gets too uncomfortable, or they get scared, or they are just unsure if they're doing it right. So they return back to the person they were before and say, well, I tried it, but it didn't work. So I better give up on my dream or come up with a different or lesser dream. I want to share with you today how change can look and feel like so you know when you're in it, so you don't give up and turn back, so you can trust that you are on the path to your dream and you just have to keep going. My list, of course, doesn't cover all the eventualities you can face when you're changing, but you will get a very good idea of how counterintuitive the process of change can look and feel like. The most obvious hurdle to overcome when we want to change is our own thoughts. They are so strong and so ingrained into our brains that they can make us turn back to our former selves and not pursue our dreams any longer. But really what's happening is that you are stepping out of your comfort zone. That's what change means. And certain parts of you will feel uncomfortable and they want to return back to where it feels comfortable. So the mind will come up with thoughts and beliefs that when you give in to them will stop you from progressing with that change that you actually desire. So here is a crème de la crème of such beliefs and thoughts. I don't feel like it. I don't have time. I don't think I'm doing it right. It will probably not work for me. I'm not doing enough for it to work. I will fail as always. I am confused. I am not good enough. I will never change. I have more important things to do. Others need me, so this has to wait. I will get back to it when I feel better. So which of these thoughts have you used before to not change or to stop a change from happening? Be honest with yourself. Don't judge, guilt, or shame yourself of having them. That's not what this is about. It's about making you aware that when you have such a thought, it's a part of you that holds you back from changing because it likes to be in the known, in the familiar, in the comfortableness of the current situation. So take this as a sign to acknowledge that you are already changing and keep going. The next area where a sign of you actually changing can show up is your environment. And you could think that it's a sign that you are doing it wrong or that this is not the right path. And yes, sometimes that can be the case too. But more often, again, it's you starting to change and your environment reacting to the change. So the importance is that you see this as part of the change process and again, keep going. In the end, this is in a pursuit of your dream. What is more important to you, your dream or the comfort of the current undesired situation? So how can it look like if your environment is showing you that you are in the process of change? People suddenly can need more time, more of your attention and more support from you. Or new projects, new responsibilities, or even challenges at work or at home can suddenly come up. What can happen are miscommunications, like little oddities, things being even misplaced. Past conflict or past situations or past people can suddenly step back into your life. And can you see that most people would actually see these things happening as a bad or a negative sign? I'm telling you that this is a positive sign. Celebrate it as part of your change process and keep going. The next area is one that I experience a lot when I'm in the change process. And that are the things that can happen to your body. Signs that you are changing can show up as aches or pains in your literal body. Feelings of overwhelm. You can feel lost or misunderstood or that you're just not in the right place. Your body can feel tired or weak, or you might need more sleep for no obvious reason. And symptoms of allergies, cold or the flu can show up because the body is changing and adjusting. Think about it. You are literally changing inside of you, and that takes energy, and it has a physical impact on your body too. By changing, you are moving into a different frequency of your being, and your body has to catch up to that new level of energy. And all of that can feel like an illness, like you are low on energy. And obviously, this would again be the perfect time to give up and return back to the old self. But no longer. You know now. By now, I can distinguish very well if I'm truly ill, which I'm hardly ever, or if this is just due to an energy shift or a deeper change that I'm going through. And does it feel good? No, it doesn't. But I'm still celebrating it as part of the change that I want to make in my life. So I allow my body to be weak for a while, or to feel achy, or to just be off. That's okay. Another area that can feel out of order when you change is the concept of time. Your relationship with time will change when you are going through a huge change process. And with time, I mean the concept of the past, the present, and the future. Things that suddenly change or happen are signs that you are changing. Either they are the result of a change that already happened, or they are an opportunity for you to overcome the old self. Examples of how this can show up in your life is that time behaves unusually for you. It might slow down or it might speed up. You might doubt the desired future based on some limitations from your past. Old memories or past events try to keep you stuck or bring you back or just unsettle you in that change process. And by shifting your focus on a new future, you might even feel more disconnected to the concept of future in general, which again is actually a good sign because it means that you are more in the present moment. This area about time is a bit harder to grasp, I get that. And I'm explaining this in much more detail in the program that I teach, Change Your Mind, Create New Results. During that program, you learn about all of this in much more detail so you fully understand and can overcome all of these hurdles when you want to change. But the last area, and one of the most important ones, is our emotions, our feelings. When you think about your dream, you imagine how it will make you feel like when you are there. You feel loved and in love when you find your soulmate. You feel free and abundant when you have more than enough money. You feel fulfilled and ecstatic when you have your first child. But what about the emotions that come up on the path towards that soulmate, that wealth, and that first child? How do you think you will feel when you're on that path, in that change process, but you have not reached your goal yet? And that's the strongest power that part of you that does not like change has over you, to make you return back to your old self. Stepping into the unknown, doing something that you have never done before, and leaving your familiar territory can bring up feelings of discomfort, frustration, anger, sadness, hopelessness, powerlessness, confusion, the feeling of loss or even feeling lost, and so many more. But from now on forwards, you can see these as signs that you are changing. You can take your power back and see these as steps in the beautiful process of change. You won't allow these feelings to take you off of your path any longer, and most certainly not give up on your dreams. Am I right? So in a nutshell, change in itself is not that great to go through. Let's be honest. It's uncomfortable. You might feel like you don't know yourself anymore. Perfect! Because you moved away from your old self and your new self has not been fully created yet. You are in that change process, that creation process, and that's perfect. I just wish that by listening to my words today, I have helped you just one step further towards your dream. To give you a helping hand to overcome those beliefs, those circumstances, and those icky emotions. For you to not give up because I believe in you. And I want you to believe in yourself too. I invite you to check out the Change Your Mind, Create New Results program that I teach. You will learn all of the skills in this program and be supported over 3 months to go through your change process with a helping hand from me and from all the other participants in the program. You can find the link to the program underneath the video. Thank you so much for watching this video with me today. Make sure to subscribe and leave me a thumbs up if you liked it. And with that, I love you and leave you to soon, and bye bye.